Welcome back to another episode of Walked In. Today, I'm going to be going over Florida State. Tough loss to Virginia. And we're going to see how they fare against Miami, but I think I have a pretty idea of how that game's going to go based on the tape that I saw against Virginia. And I wouldn't think that this game really mattered as much about Thomas Castellanos and the Florida State offense. I think what the Miami game and the rest of Florida State's season relies on is actually their defense, which looked great against Alabama, but suspect against Virginia. So, with that being said, let's get into this tape. We're going to start off with a touchdown early in the game. You're going to see right here, first quarter, ball's on the 6 yard line. Play play should be dead, honestly. Like they have 3 seconds, more than 3 seconds to rush, and just no one gets home. They're twisting. Nobody's even close to affecting the quarterback. And it's honestly um, quite crazy to see because, you're sending five against 5 man protection. So, you're sending the pressure. So that means somebody should still be covered. There's no reason anybody should be open right now. And not only do you find your touchdown, but there's multiple guys who are open. I think that the zone defense being ran by Florida State here clearly not effective, and I think that's very very vividly demonstrated right here. You can't sit down in the goal line and run a zone with the middle of the field completely open. I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do as a defense when the middle of the field's open. I don't know how your defense is supposed to work. You're not even playing to the goal line. You're playing off of the goal line, and then you're stopping the corner routes. I get it. You're stopping corner routes, anything behind, keeping it all condensed, but you've got a cloud over top and nothing underneath. You have a linebacker running to go get the running back, which if we're in zone, we don't need to do. We have our other linebacker basically spying slash pressuring the quarterback. And the middle of the field is just open. So you're going to see this guy come open. You're going to see this guy. You're going to see basically anybody who wants to go in the middle be open right here in the middle. Honestly, you could run mesh. You could run any slants. I just don't understand why Florida State does what they do. I just don't get it because hitches work. If hitches work on the goal line, then your coverage just ain't there. Your coverage just isn't there, and that's really all you can say about this. Um, not teaching coverage right, and we're not making the right calls. I'd rather run cover zero, get pressure, and say, hey, we're going to cover the guys, and somebody's going to get home within 3 seconds. But we cannot have that. We cannot have that. Um, we see in the second quarter, a little bit later, though we do get a big critical sack. We send five again. We send the pressure, but this time it gets home. This time it gets home. Now, granted, play action, running back's wide open. Running back is wide open. If the quarterback was just a little bit better about taking his checkdowns, that's there. We have a corner route that can run the grass. We have a dig that could run the grass right here. So basically, we're just leaving the middle of the field open again, and then the flats, and sending five. I think this is a theme that you see from Florida State, and I think they get taken advantage of later in the game because I just don't know why you can leave the middle of the field open. Maybe they just looked at Virginia's quarterback and said, "Oh, well, he doesn't like to throw over the middle of the field." But I mean, there's got to be a reason, and I don't know what it would be. And especially right after Virginia sees that, look what they run. They run another route in the flats to grass. They're going back over the middle, hitch in the flats wide open. So basically, you have a choice right here as the quarterback, which check down, or we can hit a hitch, which is double covered. Probably not the right idea. We see the dig or the end coming in right now, and we see the linebacker coming down on it. So the only thing that would be reasonable is to rip the ball right in the middle of the field for a big pass right here to number 6. Because they're going to give you the middle of the field. Go ahead and take it. And sure enough, they take it, get right down to the 20-yard line on what was a deep third down. I mean, you can't have that, or second down and 19. You can't give up second down and 19 and have it turn into a first down, right into the red zone. Pretty much. I mean, you just can't do it. You cannot do it. Um, we're leaving the middle of the field open. We cannot do it, Florida State. We cannot do it. Change the coverage or have your linebackers play it better, because whatever they're doing is not working. We go a little bit down the line here. We'll go look at the quarterback now. And this is something that you won't see against Miami. This is something you will not see against Miami. Carson Beck probably ain't going to do this. I mean, just being realistic, he probably ain't going to do this. At the same time, though, we see something very consistent in Florida State again. Ball is snapped. Oh, look. We have 6-man pressure. We have 6 blockers, 6 guys rushing. What's there wide open again? The middle of the field. Okay, linebacker comes down to take the guy. We're playing man. We're playing man across the board right here. And what does the quarterback do? He sees his route run over there into 2 defenders, and he cuts back across where that guy was because they're in man coverage. The middle of the field open again. I think the middle of the field is a big issue for Florida State. I mean, I don't know how you can say it's not. Here another example: second down with 2-minute drill. We're midfield pretty much, and what you're going to see right here is double slants. And I mean, we're obviously going to be playing zone here. We have a big shell over top. Um, so we're inside right here. Inside leverage pointed towards everybody else, keeping keeping him inside, keeping everything contained in this one little box right here. That's what we want to do as Florida State right here. Um, Now where they get into trouble is right here running zone with being 10 yards off the ball, as the corner right here. And in zone, there's a rule as a quarterback. You have double slant. Who do you hit? You hit the second guy. If you're in man coverage, hit the first guy. We see zone, we get a zone look, we hit the number one receiver. We hit the number one receiver. Hit the second guy coming in on the slant. And wouldn't you know it, little too late right there for the linebacker. He comes, or the corner. He comes down, gets a hand on it, tips it, just not fast enough. And we have a first down right into field goal territory at the very least with a minute left, down to the 25-yard line. Can't win with it. Can't do it. Cannot win with it. We go a little bit later. Here's something else you won't see. This is going to be third down as well. Third down and 4. Third quarter. 3:50 to go on the clock. We get trips with a tight end. So basically, a quad look to the field side with running back even on that side. Nothing over to the boundary side. So we're putting everything that we got as Florida State onto the field side right now. And then we see running back away, and everybody just dives in on the running back. No one is here to read the quarterback. You have the read guy for the offense dialed in on the running back. Absolutely dialed in on the running back. Your linebacker's already shifted over. Your other linebacker's already shifted over with a blocker right there to block him. Pretty hopeless. Pretty hopeless. Pretty hopeless if you're a Florida State fan. I mean, the only thing that you can say is, well, Carson Beck doesn't like to keep the football that much. Carson Beck doesn't like to keep the football that much. That's the only thing you can say about this. That is the only thing you can say about this. Because I have worries. I have big worries about Florida State in this game this weekend because of that. Because of that right there. Middle of the field being open, and we do not have a guy that's sitting back there saying, oh, the quarterback might keep this ball. We're just crashing in. We are just crashing in. Whew. Get busted in zone again. Get busted in zone again. What happens here? Well, about the same thing that has happened every time for Florida State. We have our shell too high over top. We have our linebackers playing too far underneath. We then have the middle of the field wide open. Wide open. If you're Miami and you're Carson Beck, you take the open throw. You take every check down that you see. That's what you do as Carson Beck. You take the check downs, you take the open throws, and you rip balls in zone coverage. You're terrible against man, but you rip against zone. I'll tell you what, this is scary running all this zone and getting ripped in by a quarterback that's touted as not as good. That is touted as not as good as Carson Beck. Man. Now here's one thing that might be favorable for you, and that's man coverage. We see with the motion, we follow right here with number 6 playing out wide. We follow the motion. He bumps out wide. Then we're going to go inside. Now, the only thing you can say about this is, well, we got beaten man because of the motion, and our guy went outside of the box pretty much, outside of the bunch, and the guy just flew back across. We're in straight man here. I didn't think the pressure was bad on this. The ball got out quick. And Carson Beck is not good against man coverage. But if you give him a guy that wide open, if you bust your assignment that bad, I would like to think that Carson Beck could hit that. Now, it's the top throws that I would be worried about for Carson Beck and Miami fans. But if you're a Miami fan and you're watching this, you got to be counting your lucky stars that Florida State plays the defense that they play, because they have a scary offense, and your defense probably isn't good enough to stop them enough times. So, I mean, be thankful that Florida State has a defense that you are poised to beat. We have another second down here, 2nd and 14, in the red zone. And what do we give up? We give up man coverage right here. And I mean, I don't think you'll see this against Carson Beck, but we have 31, who's a big linebacker on the running back. And that just ain't going to cut it. That just isn't going to cut it. We see 31 lined up inside 1 yard, going to 0 yards off the line of scrimmage, coming at the line of scrimmage, and then getting behind the line of scrimmage. He's burnt right here. 31 is burnt right here. He's already burnt. The play is over, and the quarterback sees exactly that. He's got his eyes directly on it, and he knows, oh, they're in man. Here we go, touchdown. Just a perfect ball. And Carson Beck can do that, but you gotta make the window so tight that he doesn't want to do that in man coverage. We got to get pressure home, and we got to make the windows much tighter in man coverage because right now that just ain't gonna work. That just is not gonna work. Not gonna work on Saturday against Carson Beck in Miami. Um, let's move on though. See something uh, that we're probably not gonna see again, which is a quarterback scramble. We're in man coverage. It's the best time to do it. That is the best time to do it against man because the middle of the field is cleared out. And we saw that earlier. We only have a four-man pressure right here. But what do we see again? Something that remained consistent throughout the game. A shell over top. A shell over top. Really, we're playing too high here. Playing cover two man with a shell over top. But it's so unnecessary. It is so unnecessary, especially when the quarterback's already gushed you multiple times in this game, hit you for explosives multiple times in this game by his feet. Why do we not have a spot? Why are we not spot? I mean, it's we do we not learn Florida State as coaches? Are we not seeing this and adjusting? Are we not seeing this and adjusting? That's something else I worry about. Miami has a good offense. They have Carson Beck. They're going to do things that you will not see from other teams because of who they have. Whew. This is one thing that Carson Beck will definitely be doing, and that is handing off the football or tossing the football. One of my favorite plays from Georgia as a Georgia fan, truck toss. All we get here is a little pin and pull. Oh, we don't even get pin and pull. It's just straight up. It's just straight up zone truck toss, which is crazy because we're just getting beat as a defense. We're just getting out leveraged. I guess you can say six pins right here. Um, if you watch it, six goes in right here. Pin comes around. But we're just basically blocking zone. We're just basically blocking zone here. And as the defense, when you see this, you have to press on his outside shoulder, work your butt around, get down, get across, flow over, start flowing. Why are we not flowing over? Why are we not flowing over? Is it a team speed issue against Virginia? I mean, I really don't think so. I think we just get out leverage. We have overcompensation here going outside. Our safety's not coming up hard enough. Our linebackers getting caught up in the traffic. We're not getting around. We're not getting our butts around. We're getting reached. Can't do that against truck toss because Miami's going to run truck toss. They're going to run it. Some form, fashion of it. They are going to run it. So we have to be prepared for these things, especially against Carson Beck. Second and 8, overtime. Overtime right here. And what do we get beat with again? Just go ahead and guess. Go ahead and guess what we get beat with again. Oh, yep. That's the quarterback. That is the quarterback. Still not accounting for him. Still not saying, hey, their quarterback can run. He's beat us multiple times this game. But that Joker, he ain't gonna run the ball on us. No, why would he ever do that? Why would he ever do that? They're definitely gonna run the ball here. They have two tots, three tight ends really. Um, or they got overload left with three linemen, one, two, three, center, one lineman, and then two tight ends right here. With the motion and a backside give look. And it's all for a pass that has no routes in the middle of the field. It's all outside and nothing's there. And what do? You adjust a little bit because we put pretty much everybody inside now. Now that we're in overtime, now that we've lost because our middle of the field issues, we put everybody on the goal line, across the goal line in the middle of the field. And we're playing outside over here. We are playing outside over here. But you've got everybody inside. You have everybody inside. So I mean, you adjusted a little too late and at the wrong time, and they saw you adjust and they said, "Okay, we've got them," and yes, they did. One last thing I want to take a look at. One last thing I want to take a look at, and that's getting beat in man again. That is getting beaten man again. We have 5-man pressure, 5-man pressure, not even pressure. We have 6 blockers, 5 guys rushing, and we're in man. And we're in man. And then we have a delay blitz because the running back doesn't go out for a route. We cannot sit here and get beat this bad in man. Cannot sit here and get beat this bad in man. It looks even worse. I mean, you respect the trips. You get a motion into bunch, trips bunch. You see everybody motion in. You could say, "Oh, that's a shift," whatever. But I mean, I think it's pretty inexcusable on how bad the play is right here. We get motion. We're in trips bunch, right? And if you look right now, who has number 6? Who has number 6? We don't even see him. We don't even see him. We do not even see him. We have nobody accountable for him. We're holding down at the goal line. We're getting burnt across the middle, and nobody has number 6. It's honestly mind blowing knowing that this team beat Alabama. I mean, I don't. It really baffles me. It really does. Um, I do not have high hopes for Florida State going into this weekend. I think Florida State has a great offense. They can produce on offense. But if you run that same man coverage and you don't get pressure on Carson Beck, who has a great offensive line, going to be NFL guys across the board on the O line. If you cannot run zone coverage effectively and you just give him the flats in the middle of the field, he's going to sit there and rip the ball across the middle. He's going to sit there and take his checkdowns all day. Give me Miami by 2 touchdowns. Sorry, Florida State. Gonna have to fix your ship up there. Tighten things up because not looking good. Not looking good. That being said, thank you everyone for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. Would like to hear your thoughts. For us here, stay locked in, everyone.